Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and today I am announcing the rebirth of my book club. So I don't know if you know, but I have mentioned it a couple times in my previous videos that I wanted to restart my book club, but it was a very difficult task for me to do, but now I finally decided it is time to do it and to commit to it. So I am very committed right now and I want to do it. First of all, what is the book club about and who is it for? The name of the book club used to be Green Books for All, but I felt like it didn't have enough ring to it and I don't know, I just wasn't vibing with the name anymore. So I was searching for a change of the name and a friend of mine suggested one and I absolutely adore it. So I decided to go for it, and it is Climates. So this is going to be Climates Book Club, where we all are going to be friends, mates, talking about climate, and I just feel like it's perfect. It's perfect. So it is Climates Book Club, and it is focused on climate crisis, on environmentalism, on nature. The books that will be picked, at least for this year, I have picked them because as of right now there is maybe one other member in the book club, so the polls and let people choose is not really a feasible option. So I just chose books for this year, and if the book club is doing well, I will do it differently next year, of course. But for now I picked the books, and I picked 6 books, so the book club is going to run bi-monthly, and the books are both non-fiction and fiction. So it's going to be non-fiction books where we learn a lot about how things are, and then fiction books, so-called cli-fi, climate fiction, where the book is focused on the climate crisis, climate change, or is in some way talking about nature, about climate, and this is some kind of theme in the book. That's what the book club is about, to learn more about the climate crisis, to learn what we can do about it, to be more aware of the issues and to stop closing our eyes to it, because it is a scary world. I get it, but unless we do something, unless we act, just a little teeny tiny thing can help. Unless we do something, nothing will change and the climate will just get worse and worse and worse. And I do understand that usually books and booktube, bookstagram, book clubs are about escapism, right? So people like to read about things that don't influence their real life, so they can go into some other world where they don't need to think about real life issues. And I completely get it, and I do it too. I 100% do it. But I also want to focus more on non-fiction and also learning more, because I read a lot of books. That is a lot of time I spend in books, so I would like to also make the time useful other than just escapism. So I would like to learn more. So this is basically focused on, I want to learn more about climate. I want to learn more about everything. What I do every day, my everyday decisions influence the world around me. And I want to inspire other people to do the same. I want to find a group of like-minded people who want to learn more, who want to do more, and who want to just have a group of people that can discuss these things with. So that's my goal. I would like to see more of this on the booktube, in the booktube community, because I just don't see it almost at all. So I'm hoping this will be my contribution to the booktube community, bringing a little bit more awareness about the climate and maybe inspiration, motivation, so we all feel more supported in our actions for the climate. So how you can join the book club? First of all, I'm going to create this book club on the app Bookclubs, which is available for both iPhones and Androids, so you can join there. That's where most of the information will be, alongside this YouTube channel. I will share all the important information also on my personal Instagram. The link is down below in the description box, where you can find my account on Instagram, where I will share all the information as well. So that is it for now. If we need to discuss more, we definitely can create more channels, but I feel like this is okay for now. There will be discussions on the Book Clubs app, depending on how many people will like to join. There will be the meetup on the Book Clubs, but it will be all virtual. And also I want to vlog every book I will be reading. So there will be a special vlog for these books, for the book club. So that's the plan for now. We will see how many people will want to join and how it all evolves. We can make some changes. I can create more channels, absolutely. But for now, this is how we are starting it, so it's not too overwhelming. I think that's that. It's time to talk about the books that we'll be reading this year for this book club. So I decided to do this bi-monthly because every month would be just too much and I don't think enough people would join. I think it will be too much even for me. So this will be bi-monthly. So there is one book for 2 months and you can read it whenever you want in those 2 months. Or any other time, of course, but if you want to participate in the book club, you'll have 2 months for it. Also, the books, I've got 3 non-fiction books and 3 fiction books. And they will be like 1 non-fiction, 1 fiction, 1 non-fiction, 1 fiction. You'll see. Yeah, I think that's enough of chit-chat. Let's go into the books. So the first book for January and February will be the Climate book by Greta Thunberg. This has been just released in December 2022. It is basically a collection of at least 100 different articles by different scientists, environmentalists, activists, all kinds of people who have something to say about climate change. And Greta put it all together into one book, so it's kind of like the basics for everybody who's interested in climate crisis and wants to learn more. So I think this is a perfect pick. It's quite chunky, it is very big, it is very heavy, but I think there'll be a lot to learn. And I'm really excited. And yeah, I can't wait. There are lots of graphs and depictions. Yeah. And I'm really excited for this book. And so this is the first book and I'm super excited to read this one. Second book, so the book for March and April is a fiction book. It is not exactly climate fiction, but it has climate crisis and climate change as one of the main themes. And the book is Migrations by Charlotte McConaghy. This is kind of small book. It is not that long. It is less than 300 pages, so this should be quite quick. I'm going to read to you what it's about, so you know. The animals are dying. Soon we will be alone here. Franny Stone is determined to go to the end of the earth, following the last of the Arctic terns on what may be their final migration to Antarctica. So she talks her way onto one of the few remaining boats heading south. But as she and the eccentric crew travel further from shore and safety, the dark secrets of Franny's life begin to unspool. Haunted by love and violence, Franny must confront what she is really running towards and from. So climate change is not the main topic, but it is one of the themes. So I thought this would be a great first fiction book for this book club. So this is next book for the book club. Next we have books for May and June, and that is a non-fiction. And even though you might think this might not be the best choice for the book club, I actually think it's perfect choice for the book club because it might be perfect for discussions. And it is How to Avoid Climate Disasters, the solutions we have and the breakthrough we need. This is by Bill Gates. Yes, the one and famous Bill Gates wrote a book about how to avoid climate disasters, but he writes it from the point of view of a person who is incredibly wealthy and powerful. And so it can have very interesting overview on the entire issue and what we can do and maybe what we should do and what we as a public, as little people can do. So I think this is going to be great. In this urgent, authoritative book, Bill Gates sets out a wide-ranging, practical and accessible plan for how the world can get to zero greenhouse gas emissions in time to avoid a climate catastrophe. As Bill Gates makes clear, achieving zero emissions will not be simple or easy to do, but if we follow the plan he sets out here, it is a goal firmly within our reach. And that can be very inspiring for us to have something to go towards, to do, even though, of course, we as simple people, as people who are not in power, can't do that much, but we can influence what the politicians do and the government. So I'm hoping this will be a great read. Okay, next up, we have a book for July and August. Here we have again fiction book, and for this I picked Weather by Jenny Oldfield. And this is another very short book. It is, I think, barely 200 pages. It is 201 pages, so it is again very short book. And what is it about? So, Lizzie works in the library of a university where she was once a promising graduate student. Her side hustle is answering the letters that come into Hell and High Water, the doom-laden podcast hosted by her former mentor. At first, it suits her, this chance to practice her other callings as an unofficial shrink, but soon Lizzie finds herself struggling to strike the obligatory note of hope in her responses. The reassuring rhythms of her life as a wife and mother begin to falter as her obsession with disaster psychology and people preparing for the end of the world grows. A marvelous feat of compression, a mix of great feeling and wry humor. Weather is an electrifying encounter with one of the most gifted writers at work today. So here the climate crisis is the main topic, and I can't wait to read this. It has very mixed reviews, but yeah, some people say it's amazing, some people say it's eh. So we'll see, but I think again a great book for a book club, and I'm very excited. Next up we have a book a little less known. This is the book for September and October, and it is a nonfiction, and it is, yeah, as I said, less known, but I still think it's very important, or it could be very important, because that is one of the most important topics in climate and environment activism. And the book is What Climate Justice Means and Why We Should Care by Elizabeth Cripps. And yeah, climate justice is one of the most important things in climate activism. And I believe, yeah, this book explains what it is and why it's important. Climate change is happening, it's uprooting communities and cutting short lives, and it will only get worse. We owe it to our fellow humans to save them from escalating floods and wildfires, cyclones and spreading disease. We owe them climate justice. In this passionate and pragmatic book, philosopher Elizabeth Cripps approaches climate justice not just as an abstract idea, but as a critical goal that should motivate us all. Using clear reasoning and poignant examples based on irrefutable science and uncontroversial moral concepts, she explores our obligations to each other, to future generations, and to the non-human world. This book rejects all the common excuses for inaction, unravels the legacy of colonialism and racism, and makes a case for change now. It provides a blueprint for what climate justice would look like, dissects the Paris Agreement on climate change to show how far politicians have fallen short, and asks where we go from here. As Cripps shows, climate justice transcends political affiliation and individual belief, making climate activism a moral obligation for us all. So yeah, I'm really curious about this book, and yeah, we'll see. So this is the 5th book. And the last, but definitely not the least, is a book I'm probably most excited about. I'm so excited about it that I'm really scared to read it. I have this book for about 2 years, I still haven't read it, because I'm so scared that I will not love it. Like, I hope I will love it so much, but I'm scared I will not. So that's why I haven't read it. And so I'm so excited to read it, but so scared as well. So this is another fiction book. It is a book for November and December. And it is The Overstory by Richard Powers. The author, Richard Powers, won the Pulitzer Prize for this book. So this is very well known and very well received book. It is a chunker. So it is like 500 pages, almost 500 pages. So this is a big one, but I adore the cover. I don't know if you can see very well. There you go. It's beautiful. And yeah, what is it about? Pulitzer Prize and National Book Award winner Richard Powers' 12th novel is a sweeping, impassioned work of activism and resistance that is also a stunning evocation of and pain to the natural world. From the roots to the crown and back to the seeds, the overstory unfolds in concentric rings of interlocking fables that range from antebellum New York to the late 20th century timber wars of the Pacific Northwest and beyond. There is a world alongside ours, vast, slow, interconnected, resourceful, magnificently inventive, and almost invisible to us. This is the story of a handful of people who learn how to see that world and who are drawn up into its unfolding catastrophe. This is the book basically about trees. That's what I know. It is about the world of trees and how important they are for us, for our nature, for our world. And I'm really excited about this one. So here we have the entire stack, all 6 books, 3 of them non-fiction, 3 of them fiction. And I'm really excited about all of them. all of them. Can't wait. But yeah, that's it for this video. That's it for this announcement. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, please let me know. Ask down below in the comment section. I will reply. I will answer your questions. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm super excited. I hope you guys will find it interesting and will want to join at least one of the books. You don't, even if you don't have time for all of them, at least sometimes come and say hi. I think that would be absolutely brilliant. I will be very happy. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So hope to see you in some of the discussions. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!